Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Mr. Agung Kresnamurti and Mr. Edo Siregar. Welcome to my presentation. First of all, let me thank you all for your attention. Before starting presentation, let me introduce myself. I'm Fauziah Febriani Susanti from Marketing Management Faculty of Economics Universitas Negeri Jakarta. Today, I would like to give you an overview of my research with the topic is the influence of sales promotion on online impulse buying in Zalora fashion products. Case study on students of Universitas Negeri Jakarta. I'll begin off by background problem. Did you know that in the era Revolution Industrial 4.0 had an impact on technological progress? According to data statistic Hotsuite, the active internet users in Indonesia reached by 150 million. It means 56% of the total population in Indonesia have used the internet. The increase of the internet had an impact on e-commerce market Indonesia. Indonesia is the largest e-commerce in Southeast Asia. According to data Top Brand Index second place in 2019, the most online shop fashion popular in Indonesia is Lazada with a percentage 12.2% and the second place is Zalora with a percentage 10.8%. Although Zalora in the second place, but the number of visitors in Zalora increased 3 times more than in 2018. All the desires and convenience from the internet that have been available on online shop fashion have changed the pattern of consumers more impulsive with a percentage 59%. For marketing news, according to Hernawan, consumers in Indonesia have a unique behavior. It's pure impulse buying. Pure impulse buying is a person's making unplanned purchase after exposure to stimulus. With the existence of pure impulse buying, e-commerce must determine strategies to increase purchasing. According to researchers, sales promotion is an effective variable to increase purchasing and offering products to consumers. Zalora has any kind sales promotion. Now let's move on to formulation of the problem. The first is how to describe about sales promotion and online impulse buying on Zalora fashion products. And the second, does sales promotion affect online impulse buying in Zalora fashion products? The purpose in this research is to find out about sales promotion and online impulse buying on Zalora fashion products. And the second is to determine the effect of sales promotion on online impulse buying on Zalora fashion products. Let's now turn our attention to theoretical study. Promotion mix is a tool used to communicate the value of a product or service. Promotional mix consists into advertising, sales promotion, direct marketing, public relations, and personal selling. There are blood relationships with consumers. How about sales promotion? Is one of the tools to communicate and influence consumers to make purchase. Next, forms of sales promotions. According to Batch and Batch 2015, that can be having a direct impact are coupons, rebates, price of deals, bonus packs, free premium gifts, loyalty programs, and events. Online impulse buying is purchasing which is unplanned and has evolved because of progress technology. And the last is factors that influence online impulse buying. According to Chen and Zhang 2015, there are 4 factors. The first is personal factors, then external stimulus, the third is indirect stimulation, and the last is control factors. The previous research, I have 5 previous research and 2 from international journal. The framework for this research, sales promotion according to Batch and Batch 2015, as I explained before, and for online impulse buying according to Rock 1987 in Baghdad 2016, I have 4 dimensions. From this framework, the hypothesis can be formulated as there is no influence between sales promotion on online impulse buying in Zalora fashion products, or there is an influence between sales promotion on online impulse buying in Zalora fashion products. Population and sample. The population in this research were Universitas Negeri Jakarta who had access to Zalora and made impulsive purchase of Zalora fashion products. For the sample, I used a sample of 100 respondents with non-probability sampling. The method of collecting data. I use research methods descriptive with research approach quantitative. I've used library research and survey. Now let's move on to operationalization of research variable. Independent variable is sales promotion. As I explained before, I have 7 dimensions, and dependent variable is online impulse buying. I have 4 dimensions. Let's now turn our attention to analysis data. The first is validity task. As you can see from the table, the R value is greater than R table, so the instrument is said to be valid. Next, reliability test. In this research, to test reliability using the Cronbach's alpha technique. As you can see, the value of Cronbach's alpha greater than 0.7, so the statement is declared reliable or consistent. Descriptive statistics analysis. Conduct in the study, I divided in 2 parts. The first part is descriptive analysis of respondents' characteristics. The first is gender of the respondents. As you can see, the majority is female with a percentage 72%, and for age of respondents, the majority is 20 years old with a percentage 54%. The faculty was taken at Universitas Negeri Jakarta is Faculty of Economics with the majority in a percentage 53%, and the average monthly cost of respondents, the average in 1 million rupiahs until 2 million rupiahs. The second part is in statistics descriptive, is discussion of descriptive statistics variable of sales promotion. As you can see from the table, I will use average geometric for average value to make it easier to draw conclusions which indicators are more influential for this research. I would like to illustrate by histogram graphic. It's known that the most influential dimension is the coupons dimension with an average value of 3.53, and the second is price of deals, and the third is events with an average value of both at 3.37. Now let's move on to discussion of descriptive statistics variable on online impulse buying. I will use geometric mean too. I would like to illustrate by histogram graphic. It's known that the most influential dimension is the excitement and stimulation dimension with an average value of 3.22, and the spontaneous urge to buy dimension with an average value of 3.07. Now let's move on to classical assumption test. The first is normality test. As you can see from the table, the value of S times seek to tell is greater than 0.05, so data is said to be normally distributed. Next, linearity task. As you can see from the table, the value of deviation from linearity is greater than 0.05, so the dependent variable can be said to have a linear relationship. Now let's move on to simple regression linear. The first is measure the effect between 2 variables. Based on the results of data processing, it's known that the value of correlation coefficient is 0.582, meaning that the relationships between sales promotions and online impulse buying is quite strong because approach to 1 and the value is positive. Furthermore, the value of R squared of the coefficient determination is 33.9%, meaning that the online impulse buying variable 33.9% can be explained by the independent variable. There are sales promotion, and the remaining 66.1% influenced by other factors. Now let's move on to ANOVA test. Based on the result of data processing, it's known that the significance or probability value of lowest than 0.05, so the sales promotion influenced the online impulse buying. Regression coefficient with a formula y equal to 14.410 plus 0.350x. It can be seen that the consistency value of online impulse buying variables 14.410. Hypothesis test. T-test. Based on the results of data processing, it's known that the value of the arithmetic greater than t-table and the significance value of 0.000 lowest than 0.05. It can be concluded that the sales promotion has a significant influence on online impulse buying in Zalora fashion products. The conclusion for this research, sales promotion that interest consumers or add value are expected to increase sales of Zalora fashion products. There are coupons, free premium gifts, price of deals and events. And whereas online impulse buying, Purchases that are made spontaneously and not planned are determined by excitement and stimulation and spontaneous urge to buy. And the second conclusion, there is a positive influence between sales promotion with online impulse buying by 33.9%, and the remaining 66.1% is influenced by other factors. Suggestion for users. Zalora users should provide feedback in the form of criticism and suggestion via email. And for next research, for further research who want to conduct similar research, it's recommended to discuss more about other factors that can influence online impulse buying, such as personal factors, demographic factors, and others. I really appreciate having had this opportunity to share my research with you. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.